Hello, everybody. How y'all doing out there in the Culture Corner universe? Your host, Joe Washington Atterberry. I'm my host here, Meadows, aka Poetic. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. How you feeling, man? You doing all right?
Hey, man. Another day, another dollar. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Paradise, baby. Another day in
Yeah.
paradise.
In this world today, why people do what they do. That's what the subject
Man.
matter is. Yeah.
Why do they do what they do? I
Why?
mean, it comes down to mental, right?
Mm.
Mental, spiritual, physical, emotional. There's a lot of reasons why people do what they do, right?
Yeah. Consciously and unconsciously. You know what I mean?
That part, you know, because when you think about, you just think about things like why do you be a model employee?
Mm.
Why do you do that? Right? Why do you wake up every day to go to work and make money? Why do you
Right.
do that? You got bills to pay?
Of
That's one of
course.
the reasons why I do it. I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. You know, so it's a whole lot of things that encompasses that make you realize, hey, why do I do the things that I do?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Why do you wake up a certain time? You know what I mean? Go to
Yeah,
sleep a certain time.
right, right,
What's the cause and purpose of that? You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
I
absolutely,
mean, it's always the positive and the negative along the narrative of that subject matter. You know what I mean?
definitely. And you also have the whole component of why do people fall in love the way they fall in love,
True.
or why do you think you in love? Let's be real. How you know you in love and you're not in lust? How you know you're just not infatuated with somebody?
Yeah, you could just be crushing.
It just be
You know what I
crazy,
mean?
you know. And then you get that person and you be like, "What was I thinking? Why am I doing this? Why do I do this?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah. But in a whole different aspect of the avenue, when people become so negative and then they're around a lot of positive energy, it's like,
Yeah,
why are you bringing your situation
yeah,
or your train of thoughts into a house that have joy in it? You know what I mean? Yo, why don't you take that back outside or leave it at the back door? You know what I mean?
right. Hey man,
But why? You know what I mean?
there's nothing like dislike more than negative energy. Um, I'm always a positive person. I always see the positive out of everything.
Right,
And I think,
exactly.
I think that's important because it helps changes your perception. You're not looking at life as defeated. You're looking at life as victorious, right? So, so that's why I do that. That's why I do what I do. You know, always I love seeing everything as a positive, even in the face of adversity. It's
Yeah,
always a positive in the face of adversity. You just gotta find it, see it, and get through it. Um, when you think about kids, man, why do kids do what they do, man? I mean, sometimes my kids do stuff and I think, yo, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Yeah, I don't know, Dad. It just seemed like it was the right thing to do. You know,
yeah.
each other.
Man, that's how I look at things too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I see things going one way, you know what I'm saying, I always remain the same. If
Yeah,
I got problems on my table, I leave it back there. You know what I mean?
right.
When you around people that have a lot of things going on, I mean, it could be management, it could be colleagues and stuff like that. Bring a positive spin in the direction of what's to be and what's not to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's why I say that each one teach one thing. You know what I'm saying? Bring some joy, some laughter into existence or not.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Excuse me. But that's why I'm happy that I have this gift of writing
Mm,
because I could change the whole narrative of a story that I'm at, of the energy that I'm around when I'm
right.
writing. I just take that energy, recycle it, and just try to write something outgoing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But like you said, with kids, you know what I'm saying? Why do you do the things that you do? Then they be like, oh, look, they got all type of excuses and stuff like that. And you like that still ain't telling. Nah.
Right. Like
Why?
this.
It's like that song, Why, oh why?
Yeah, it's just crazy, bro. It's just crazy.
Yeah, true facts, man.
You know, but in the grand scheme of things, man, you know, when I was a kid, I was terrified to do anything wrong. I was terrified. You know, my kids today, they got it good. I tell myself, if your grandmother was alive, ooh,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have to say nothing. I wouldn't have to say a word. She be on you like white on rice. But yeah, man, I when I was a kid, man, I didn't do a lot of things, man, because I was afraid of my mother. I wasn't scared of my father, bro. Yeah. My mother made sure that I didn't do what I wanted to do.
Oh, I was a rebel, yo. You know what I'm saying? I just did things. Like well, after Pops passed away, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Because Grams, she was hard anyway, but she'd be like, well, you know what? Wait till your father come around.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn. You get a beating from her, then you get a beating from him. He wasn't trying to hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? You be walking around, you be having your head down, just pick your head up. You be like, you didn't even got the whole head up. You just.
That's wild, though, man. That's wild.
Dude, but you know, but I know why I did the things that I did, though. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I wanted to go outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wanted to go hang with my homies and stuff.
Right.
Grands would be like, you don't punish it. No, I'm not. Like, no, I'm not.
Who said that?
What, Tom?
Like, who said that? Who said that was punished? I don't remember.
Nah, but you know, I knew the consequences. That's the thing. But then even when you become a grown man, you understand that you have your own kids on that.
Right.
But then you're around people, places, and things. So you really get a hold and a grasp of why people do the things they do. You know what I'm saying? But she used to always say that, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know why you keep doing it. And no. But then I always reflect on what Grams tried to teach and everything like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, even these elders today, they teach you lessons about people, places, and things on that. You know what I'm saying? Why people do the things they do.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times you can't really understand it or comprehend it. So the knowledge base is like, shoosh, like, man. Some people, I feel like they're morally incorrect. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But they justify why.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. Morally incorrect, right? Yeah. Who defines morality? Because you might have been brought up a certain way, so your morals might be different. And I brought up a different way, so my morals might be different. Yeah. That doesn't mean that neither one of us, our morals are incorrect. It just means that our morals are different. Because I had this conversation a while ago, man, just thinking about who defines morals? Who defines that? Like, just for example, like jaywalking, right? Morally, in some states, it's against the law, but in other states, it's not.
Right.
And it's like we confused now because one state got a law that says you can't jaywalk, and these police don't mess with you if you do jaywalk. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's little stuff like that. Like you can't, like some states, you can't spit on the sidewalk. You go spit on the sidewalk, you're in trouble.
Oh, what?
Yeah. But who defines morals? Who's morally incorrect? Who's morally correct?
Right. Who's governing over these rules and regulations?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, one aspect is there, the other aspect is over here. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, man.
It's something, man. It's something. But what do we do to try to help correct that, though? When it's on a negative, you know what I mean?
When it's on a negative, man, it's good to have communication. I'm not the best communicator. I say that really quick. You know, I'm a man of words. I love words. But when it comes to me being an effective communicator, I struggle in that area because of my past. You know, I'm getting better at it. Getting better at communicating. I mean, you know, you asked me to do a presentation, a meeting, run a meeting. You asked me to get up and give a speech to the staff. I can do that with no problem because I got time to prepare a script.
Mhm.
But just to be able to communicate positives, negatives, emotions and feelings, because emotions and feelings will have you shut down.
Mm.
They have you shutting down. You'd be like, no, I'm not sharing that. I'm not talking about that. I feel a way. I'm gonna shut down. I'm not sharing that.
Mhm.
But is that right? No, it's not right, because the other person has a right to know, as long as they can handle what you have to say. And that's the flip side of communication, being an effective listener.
Right.
So to correct it, I mean, we got to talk about these things. We got to communicate. We got to be able to agree and disagree with someone else's opinion.
Right.
Because everybody's got an opinion about something. Everybody. I don't care who you are. You have an opinion about something.
Right.
So the key is does your opinion line up with the truth? Or is your opinion truly opinionated based on no facts?
Yeah, but at the same time too, you got to break cycles. You know what I mean? People hold on to the past.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the misunderstanding comes in when they're interacting with others. That person is not the person that did something to you. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you shouldn't have reflective issues around the boundaries of, as you said, the communication with someone else. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think a lot of people do that though, without even knowing, without consciously knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel like that's good. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You got to leave that off the table and whatnot and just deal with the here and now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, we're all human. We all make mistakes and stuff. But when people keep doing it, it's like, yo.
You're not learning from these mistakes that you just keep making? Especially if you keep making the same one over and over and over again.
Right.
You got to learn. At some point, the mistake that you made when you was 18.
Yeah.
And you're going to make that same mistake when you 24. And you're going to make it again when you're 34.
Mm-hmm.
You still making the same mistake at 44?
You got to find a wise owl.
And one thing, man, spiritually, the Creator will allow you to keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again until you get the lesson.
True facts.
If you never get the lesson, guess what? You're going to repeat it. You're going to repeat it. You're going to repeat it. You're going to repeat it.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's like it could be detrimental. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes the other thing is sometimes people don't know how to speak with people.
That's true too. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you're an adult. You know what I mean? That becomes an issue also. You know what I mean? That can cause misunderstanding, miscommunication, and all these other things. So, at the end of the day, you just have to be careful out there.
Absolutely.
With the expression of words and everything. You know what I'm saying? Body language, that can give off a whole altitude of sheesh.
Body language. Yo, body language will make you have a good day or a bad day.
Yeah, true.
Because I've seen women that have interested me. Maybe they were attractive, and I thought, maybe I should just go ahead and say hello. But their body language and their movement was just so off. I was like, I don't even want to engage in that, because I might get a negative response back.
Mm-hmm.
I can immediately tell when my kids are having a bad day because their body language shows, right? And it's important to pay attention because body language is communication.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay attention to it. You can tell.
Right. I mean, I remember being in the store, excuse me, a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you go to the self-checkout? You know what I mean? Yeah. Something happened and not the alarm, but the panel went crazy a little bit. Mm-hmm. Homegirl came over. Shorty was like, body language is like, I was like, oh. So I hope she ain't mad because the thing went off. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, she was like, I said, you all right? And she was like, Yeah, then she looked over at the lady. I guess she one of the supervisors or whatever. Said she always got something to say, whatever. I said, shorty, don't worry about it. She gonna be all right. You know what I mean? Because she told me the situation while she was hitting the panel and fixing it. I said, she's only mad at herself for whatever reason.
Right.
Whatever energy she had going on at home, she brought it to work with her. So I would just ignore her. Just keep your space though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Try to avoid her at all costs. You know what I mean? But even when she came over, when I was checking out, fully off the panel, I was like, ugh. Her energy was just like fucked up. Like I said, I meditate all the time, so I'll be in tune with energies. I was like, shit. I said, I hope Shorty be okay though, because this wicked one right here. But it was real. And you know what? I seen her again when I came in a couple of days later. I was like, how was that situation? She was like, it's forgotten about on our shit. Oh, shit, she get on my nerves. I said, let her get on her own nerves. You know what I mean? So you be all right. You know what I mean? But yeah, but you, like you said, that body language, I mean, even with your own kids, it could be like, yo, you all right? We good?
Yeah.
But it's crazy out there though.
Why do people do what they do?
Yeah.
Why do people do what they do?
Why? People out there in the audience, engage with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a question on why people do what they do. Why?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you why people do what they do. Y'all ready? This is the best answer that you can ever ask for this question. You ready, King? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
People do what they do because they crazy.
Well, maybe they're not crazy.
Nah,
maybe they could be weak and weird.
No, crazy, bro. Crazy.
Nah, I know.
I will tell you this. Every single one of us is crazy.
True facts.
To an extent. And anybody get up there and say you not crazy, you definitely crazy.
Yeah, but it's a behavior thing, man. We all got it in us. So, sometimes we might do something that's look good and feel good, but then at the end of the day, somebody else might be like, give you that look like, what are you doing?
Wow, man.
I think it's a conscious thing and an unconscious thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, communication is key. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes talk to somebody or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but just try to always do the right thing. You know what I mean? That's what it's about in life. Doing the right thing. Yeah. So, hey, man. I just feel like, man, the consciousness is something. Conscious thoughts, rather. Behavior. You know what I mean?
Have you ever really sat down and thought about all of the behavioral disorders that they have for these medical terms to label us as adults? They're finding unique ways to tell us that we're crazy without telling us that we're crazy.
Yeah.
They already know this. They know we're crazy. But behavior, man, behavior drives us. It's a part of us. It's just what we do. It's who we are. It's just a matter of which behavior you want to display.
Right.
You want to be aggressive. You want to be kind. You want to be nice. You want to be timid. You want to be fearless. You want to be heartless. You want to be cold. All of those behaviors, man, and we all have the ability at some point in our life to exhibit those kinds of behaviors to make us do what we do. Somebody that's been heartbroken, right? They go through a whole range of emotions. I think one of the craziest things I've ever done when I was heartbroken was still stay and try to make it work. Even after I was told that it would not work. Yes, Danielle. Yes, we're all a little crazy, but there are so many reasons why. The most common reason that you found is feeling threatened or fear. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Fear is also a great motivator. Yeah, crazy, man. Being threatened. Those are so many different range of emotions. Like, when we talk about why people do what they do, let's talk about domestic violence for a second. To Daniel's point, threatened or fear will make a woman stay in a domestic violence situation. She's doing what she got to do because she fears for her life.
Right.
She doesn't want anything to happen, especially if they got kids. Now she fears for her life and her children's lives. I am not an advocate for domestic violence. I hate when a man beats on a woman. I hate when a woman beats on a man. Physically, verbally, mentally, emotionally.
Right.
They have no place. And if you're in something like that, please do your best to get out. Please get out. Because that's just wild. But, yeah, man.
Fear can have, excuse me. Fear can have people do the strangest things. You know what I mean? I've seen it. You know what I mean? It's like, I think of the aspect of, you know how a mouse is backed in the corner?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or could be a rat, rodent or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They might leap out and attack you. Out of fear.
Out of fear. Snakes do that.
Yeah. Human and inhuman snakes.
Boy, you're saying the word there. Whew. But I think that most of us when we're back into a corner, we got two options. We can stay there, we get beat on, we can fight our way out.
Right. I believe in always being a fighter for what's right and what's wrong. You know what I mean? So, Survivor Series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You must about the outcome of the outlasts. You know what I mean? So,
I had a conversation with my 16-year-old. He'll be 17 in July, and we were talking about girls and how he was interested in this young lady. Mm-hmm. And they've been friends for months, and just hanging out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he said, I really like her, Dad. I said, then tell her. I said, don't let fear stop you from telling her that you like her. Yeah. I said, only two things can happen. She can either say she likes you too, or she doesn't like you like that. But you never know if you don't take that chance. I said, don't take too long. Don't wait till the last minute. I said, that's something that I've done. Mm. I've waited too long to tell somebody how I feel about them.
Right.
And turned out I had it too late. So now it created the situation. And never be afraid. I told him, I said, if there's one thing that I can never tell you, like, if you want something, you go for it. Mm. You go for it. I said, I don't care everything else that I've ever taught you. I said, you remember this. You go for what you want.
I know that's right, bro. But also confliction. Mm-hmm. Confliction can disturb your peace of mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That also can make people do what they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes the confliction be so heavy that people just act out of sort. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, but did they place that upon themselves, or was that placed upon them?
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach said define crazy.
He should have been on that show tonight so he could have defined crazy.
Defining crazy. There's all type of crazy.
There's all types of. Yeah, I was just gonna say, bro. There ain't no one definition of crazy. No one.
It could be that good crazy or bad crazy.
If we want to use a medical, clinical term, crazy, it would be someone who is not in their right mind. Right? Someone
you hear that, Coach?
Someone who is not in their right mind. And I'm gonna tell you, there are many days when I'm not in my right mind. Mm-hmm. But do I allow it to dictate my behavior? Mm. Absolutely not. Because see, and I say this loosely, I'm in control of my behavior in the physical. I have to make a choice. What steps I take, what I choose to do, how I choose to do it, what I choose to say, when I choose to say it, where I choose to say it. I make that choice.
Right.
I said in the spiritual, I always ask the Heavenly Father to make sure that He governs me accordingly to make sure I'm in my right mind. Because I've been at a place where I wasn't in my right mind. And marriage number one and marriage number two, when they were ended. And anybody that's been through a divorce of some sort, or any type of relationship finishes, a divorce is like a death. It's like a death. Something dies. So there's a grieving process that goes with that. But yeah, Coach, there you go. That's crazy. Someone who's not in their right frame of mind. Crazy.
Also, I mean, you can sit still for a moment. You know what I mean? To not always react. You know what I mean? Give yourself a timeout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you don't become cray-cray.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just being out of whack a little bit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I've seen people go from happy to sad to cray-cray. Or, you know, I ain't even gonna say cray, but just being mentally out of their scope. You know what I'm saying? Of joy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just never know what it is. People be having a lot of things going on and stuff. You know what I mean? That makes their actions complicated.
And you know, rest in peace to all those people that we lost to suicide.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Because they had too much on their plate that they were dealing with.
I mean, that hit my own backyard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't know how to handle it. You know, so we gotta cover our friends, our family, because we just never know. You just never know what somebody's dealing with. You never know what they're going through. You never know, and all it takes is, you know, and they may not even tell you. They may not even tell you. Like one of the shows that I watch, binge watch, is a show called Bruh on BET. It's one of Tyler Perry's shows, right? And there's a group of guys that have been friends forever, right? So one of the guys, you know, he started doing drugs, started doing heroin, all that kind of stuff, all types of drugs. And his friends, two of his friends are doctors, and they never saw the signs. Never saw it, bro. Until it was too late. Now he coded twice. And, they had to commit him to rehab. You know, so it's just wild. But yes, Danielle, divorce is like a double-edged sword, no matter which way it swings, and it's I couldn't agree with you more. It's taken me a long time to bounce back from my second divorce. I literally just realized over the last few months that I'm actually ready for something different. Yeah, ready for something different. So, it's all right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing shop talk here. Let's talk poetry, Eastside Connection. Why do people do what they do? With your host, King Atterberry, and yours truly, and Meadows, aka Poetic. And we just sitting here doing shop talk, just talking about why people do what they do, man. There's a variety of reasons why people do what they do. Why do men in their 50s go buy a red sports car? I'm about to get that feud next year when I turn 50. I'm letting you know. That's right. I'm turning 50 next year.
Oh, you're going to join the 50 club, kid?
It's going to be a party. I don't care where I'm having it. I'm going to have a party. I got to throw it myself. You understand? But I'm serious about the red sports car, though. Red's my favorite color, and I'm serious about that red sports car. I'm just saying. But you know, there are many factors that go into why people do what they do. I mean, ask a love-struck kid Why did he write the little letters to the little girl in elementary school? Do you like me? Check yes or no. You know what I'm saying? Crush. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thank you, Yeah, being ready for something different. I've definitely grown in a lot of areas.
I think that's what we all go at, man.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping that the growth continues, because I think that we as people, we should keep growing, no matter how old we get. We should keep growing. Never let your mind die. Your brain is an amazing thing. You should always keep feeding it. Feed it. It can handle it.
A lot of times, man, that's how you bring things into fruition. Yeah. Be a thinker on top of being a dreamer, but activate your higher self. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To achieve them certain goals and do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that's the good spin on why people do what they do. You know what I mean? Like, just like I like to create content. You know what I mean? Why? Because that's what I have the joy and the love and the passion for.
Right.
Ain't never gonna stop. You know what I mean? Why do you like writing poetry? You know what I mean?
Man. Listen. I love writing poetry. Poetry gets me. You know what I'm saying? Poetry doesn't chastise me. Poetry doesn't laugh at me. Poetry doesn't care about my emotions or feelings. She just wants me to be expressive. She wants me to pour out everything onto her pages. That's my passion.
Right.
That's my passion. Writing poetry is my passion. I'm passionate about a lot of things, but my poetry is a huge passion.
Just like I feel about writing is my best friend.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So when I write, you know what I'm saying, I'm just like right there, like under any condition.
Yeah.
Dark, light,
yeah.
Dim.
Oh yeah.
I'm always in thought, be like, yo, you see a situation or something like that, and I just be like, I might not write about it completely, but I just be like, take advantage of that time being in it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Just let your conscience do its thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in other words, it's more like having an outlet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people have outlets, but it's what you do with it or how you live in it. You know what I mean? So I think that's the highest form of healing yourself also. You know what I mean? From whatever you got going on. Hurt, disdain, discernment. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Find something that you have passion for. You could be a writer, a painter, somebody that like to build things. You know what I mean? That could take you out of that window of, worry.
Right.
You know what I mean? I personally feel. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, Coach. Things needs time to heal. Speaking forward, bro. Speaking forward. I love it, man. I mean, healing is essential. I will never apologize for the amount of time that I need to heal from my last divorce. I will not apologize for that time. What I will say is, during that process, there was a lot that I had to learn about me. Because for a while, man, I would look at what the other person did. And I would say, well, what could I have done better? What didn't I do? What should I have done? And not from a standpoint of hurting myself in the thought process, but at some point, I'm going to be with someone else. And I got to make sure that I am prepared and equipped to make sure that I don't repeat those same behaviors that put me in that position that I needed 5 years, almost 6 years to heal.
Well, me personally, I'm happy for my failed marriage. No, I'm serious. And the reason I say that is, look where I'm at today. We're writing my poetry books.
Yeah.
Divorced 2016. First book came out 2017, and I just been pushing the outer limits. You know what I mean? Both had faults. I'm not here to blame nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, what if? And I never wrote any poetry the whole time we was together. You know what I'm saying? We've been together since 2009 to 2016. It just opened up a doorway for me to get back in the game.
Yeah.
You know, and thanks to my daughter too. You know what I mean? She was like, Dad, why don't you, throw it in a book or something? You know what I mean? But I just took whatever I was going through with her, whether it was the hurt or whatever it was, not being married anymore and, the separation and everything. And I just full steam ahead, start doing my writing again and, took it back old school when I, you know what I'm saying, open back up that door. Going by water, praying, meditating, feeling good, you know what I'm saying, and just writing. And, so yeah. Back in the game, it feels good too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Like I said, I ain't saying that it wasn't a hurt factor around the times, but, and wondering why people do what they do. Like, but it's whether here nor there. You know what I mean? But I'm just happy to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm happy to be here too, man. I mean, my poetry books, volume 2 was a result of my divorce. Volume 3 was a result of my second divorce.
All right, that's what's up.
So volume 4 is that erotic book. And if you're into erotic poetry, then I'm going to urge you to go pick up the Epiphany Collection, Volume 4, the erotic. It's guaranteed to help stimulate and bring some spice back to your relationship. I'm working on some audio of those poems.
Good, bro. I mean, stepping that game up, game changer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's just crazy how, people do what they do, man. You have people who cheat on their spouses, people who cheat in relationships.
Yeah.
Instead of having a conversation with the other person before it gets to that point.
Yeah.
You got people who steal time from work. Why would you do that? They know when you're working and when you're not. You got people who like to go on vacations when they're broke. They have that YOLO mentality. You only live once. Yeah, I like to come back to a place that I'm living in.
Yeah, true indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
But I tell you what, bro. Another thing while we touching this subject matter, the new book that's coming out next month, Winter Green, it's going to cover aspects of that too. You know what I mean?
Right.
People, places, and things. I mean, in this book, the one I just came out with, Eyes from the Sky, you know what I'm saying? This one, I just gave a little sample of coming into King's, his life, his structure. Winter Green, here you have it. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Danielle.
Fresh. You know what I mean?
Danielle. It's okay to go crazy. What if you like crazy though? What if you like crazy? I ain't gonna lie. I like my women. I like my women a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I like them a little crazy. Just not too crazy.
Who don't, bro? Who don't like them a little crazy?
I remember I was talking to a sister, and she had some issues. And she had mentioned that she was bipolar. I said, huh? I said, well, why are you having issues? Because he didn't know how to handle it. Ma'am, just let me know which personality I'm getting today. We all over it. We're going to have us a ball. Who are you today? Who? What? Oh, okay. All right. Let me address that personality. Let me address this personality. That multiple personality disorders. You got multiple personality. Schizophrenic. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm not going to stay there, Daniel. I'm not going to stay there. But you know,
It's true, man. You know,
and then people do what they do based on history, emotions, thoughts, pain,
yeah,
fear, finances,
facts,
spirituality. You know, there's no set reason why people do the thing.
Well, you know, at the same time, hurt people hurt people.
That's true too.
You know what I mean? There's all different aspects to that.
Oh yeah.
Man. You might not even did anything to somebody, and they just try to find ways to hurt you.
Absolutely. And you know that's the it's funny because one of the things that we always talk about, you know, in relationships, couples, you know, just in general, is if you love somebody, you shouldn't hurt them. However, you always hurt the ones you love.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like a cliche.
Coach, you define like. We want us to define stuff. What do you define a like for?
Come on, Coach. Like.
Let me turn to Webster's dictionary, page 693, under the L, to give you the definition of like. He's funny, man. Coach, you're a funny dude, man. Funny dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, people do things for various reasons.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder why those police officers beat that young guy. I wonder why they did what they did.
Yeah.
I never wanted to watch the video. I never wanted to see the video, to be honest, because I didn't want it to trigger this emotional response from me from another one of us being killed at the hands of police officers.
I didn't watch it neither. I don't really care to watch it neither. You know what I mean?
Now you have 7 lives, because you got the 5 that did the act. You got the 1 that they didn't mention, that they just relieved of his duty, that was pepper spray, and you got the young man who's no longer here. All those lives messed up. So our prayers go out to his family.
Thanks. You know what I mean? Much higher.
You know, so people do things for different reasons. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I don't even want to speculate.
Yeah.
It's not my place. You know.
True indeed. But bro, you know what? Why don't we tap into a little poetry on this side of things today, man?
Man, I knew you was going to do that. I mean, after all, this is, you know, East Side Connection poetry.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Let's see. I don't even know what I'm.
Archive that arsenal you got.
All right, I can do this one. This piece is called No More Bullets. Empty shell cases. Bodies riddled with holes, assuming paper chasing. Lead laced with no name on it. Ambushed with some claim on it. Broad daylight or under the street light. No need to notify the next of kin, because it was a relative of a friend. Something blue mixed with oxygen creates a red hue that seeps out, destroying life again. Oozing and oozing, gasping and gasping, trying to breathe. I just can't believe they took my homie, even though they didn't know me. No more bullets. I'm sick and tired of senseless acts of violence. I tried to be positive until this little kid bled out in my arms. I tried to save him before the ambulance alarm came just too late. It was too late. Another stray bullet, no matter who fired it, cops, family, friend, foe, or even my kid. It was an accident. I don't even know what I did. God, please help us eradicate this issue we have. Genocide, hatred, and ignorance that helps perpetuate more and more violence. Does my tears of salt and water need to turn into blood from the slaughter? From emptying the clip? Or the trick? To go on from living life, die in strife. Please use a different outlet. No more bullets.
All right, brother.
Appreciate
in there.
It's up to you, bro.
All right. This is a piece titled Sound Wave. Ever witness what was seen and shown from what is now? Not many speaking aloud, I'm still inside the crowd. Hang with those that be moving through barriers of life. My homie scribed a kite that influenced me to write. Built from a cloth well cut and made from top grade. Even to this day, never fades, some renege in spades. Quality, pardon me, stay hungry, yeah, I'm eating. Ben stopped sleeping, others reaching, heard God speaking. While I was in stillness mode, receiving earth codes, met some of my goals, purposely put things on hold. Reactivate my conscience, bring things to fruition. Finding what was missing off a mission, blessings given. The melodic rhythmic pattern behind a light bass line, a lot of words to fill lines, therefore my 16 could shine. Titled off a transformer, living as a transporter, striking as if lightning brighten the sky across water. King. Thank you.
Yo, bro.
Thank you.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you know why people do what they do. Why do we do what we do?
Absolutely.
In a good aspect, because we like to do what we do. The bad way, kind of off and lost. You know what I mean? Find your way to a home that can situate your well-being. You know what I mean? And that's just how I see that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, bro, man, you got anything to say to the audience out there, man?
Hey, man, click like, subscribe, share. You know, we here for you, man. Listen, we're gonna do this Monday after Monday, man, and we're gonna have more dynamic topics like this one. We love the audience participation. Please continue to engage. Why people do what they do? Simply because they like it. They like it. But hey, man, great show, bro. Appreciate you for having me co-host this wonderful format with you, bro. I'm excited, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I don't know what the next one is, man, but we're gonna figure it out.
Absolutely.
Why do we indulge in the choices that we make? You know what I mean? I don't know. Sometimes we get greater across the equator, you know what I'm saying? Or
absolutely.
Sometimes we need to find time to call upon the creator, you know what I mean? To create something special.
Something special.
So I say this. I want to thank everybody for engaging with us. I'd like to thank you, my co-host, man, Meadows, aka Poetic, also the station manager of Epiphany. And I'm your host, King Atterberry. Peace, love, and poetry. And we're gonna be up out of here tonight.
Thanks.